Hello, my name is Ben. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm unboxing this Caline P5 power supply to tell you if it's any good. Actually, I'm not unboxing it because unboxing things on YouTube, unboxing videos are stupid.
Dad, who were you talking to?
I'm making a video. That's my daughter Zoe. She's watching True on Netflix. Right, Caline P5. It's a cheap power supply. You can get it on AliExpress. I think mine cost $45 American. But it claims to have a lot of the features that the expensive power supplies from companies like Voodoo Labs or the One Spot people or all these power supplies. It says true isolated power, 9 volt, 12 volt outputs. It's got a 500 milliamp high power output for high output pedals. It says it has a toroidal coil. It's an accordion, so it's ROH. It's CE approved. It's they're claiming this is a pretty professional device. It also will run off 120 volts in America or 240 volts in New Zealand, Australia and Europe. So let's have a look at this thing. Let's do a quick test, find out if it actually is isolated, and find out what the current can do. This is my acoustic pedal board, and I'm going to just temporarily pull it apart so we can see the power supply. Oh God. Oh. Okay, so here it is. Here's the unit. I have it set up here with 2 outputs at 9 volt and 1 output at 18 volt. But what we want to do before anything, we want to check the isolation of this thing. Does it really isolate? So I'm just quickly going to reset some cameras. I'm going to get some cables and we're going to do a few tests.
Dad.
Okay, we are back. We're just here to see what this power supply can do. So my multimeter here, I've got it set on volts. And I'm just going to plug in one of the cables that came with the unit into output 1. It's set for 9 volt operation. And if we put a meter on it here, negative center of course, you can see, you know what, maybe I should plug it in. It's plugged in there, and we'll just test with the multimeter. It's set to volts at the moment. You can see we are getting a solid 9.08 volts DC, so that's good. Now, the big question about this power supply is they say it's isolated, or the outputs are isolated from each other, but are they really? So I'm going to plug in a second cable. I'm going to set the multimeter to so continuity. That'll sense continuity between any two contacts. Here's output 1 and output 2. So obviously if I go like this, got beep, it's definitely isolated from the chassis, and it's definitely isolated from the ground of the next output. Now if we take the center pin, isolated. We'll just quickly flick through the rest of these outputs. They're all isolated from each other. Okay, so the other question is, does this thing actually provide as much output power as it claims? It claims it's got 100 milliamp on all the outputs and a 500 milliamp output. I haven't really extensively tested this, but I have tested using a couple of pedals I have here, which is the Boss Tuner and the Boss Sustainer. They only pull a small amount, and that's fine. This radial DI box draws 150 milliamps at 18 volts, and the Caline has no problem powering that. It doesn't get warm or overheat or anything. So I think it's fair to say that it is isolated. The power output seems to be good. It seems to be quite well built, and for $45 American, it's an absolute steal, and I would recommend if you need a power supply, it's a good one to check out. Thanks for watching. See you later.